Welcome back to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast, where we talk about all things smoked meat and so much more, including hilarious stories about our farm-to-table lifestyle and our love of the outdoors. I'm your host, Trevor. This week we're talking about deep dish pizza on the smoke. Remember, the full video with recipe gets posted to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast group on Facebook. We're growing a community of barbecue and cooking enthusiasts. Be sure to post your pictures and videos, ask questions, and discuss with other members. You can hit subscribe on any of the BBQ Beautiful reels to join, and while you're there, give us a like to grow this community even more. Don't forget to get qualified for the BBQ Brag to Win giveaway contest, episode 34. Let's do this.
All right, Kyle, here we are again.
Pizza.
Deep dish pizza on the
Yes.
smoker.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. If you're not cooking pizza on a smoker, then you're doing it wrong.
And look at that cavity. It's like a stuffed crust almost.
Yeah,
There's so
it
much
should've-
cheese on there.
There's some matzah in there.
Okay, big chunks of sausage, homemade sausage. Again, the recipe will be on there. Italian sausage. Keep it big. You want that bite.
Yep.
I for anything, chili,
Mm-hmm.
keep that bite. Don't break that meat right up. And
Yep.
especially if you're using pre-made sausages and cutting them out of the casing,
Yeah.
leave those big chunks
Totally.
and don't work it around too much.
Okay.
And then pepperoni,
Yep.
bacon,
Mm-hmm.
and copious amounts of cheese.
A lot of cheese. Yeah.
And then deep dish is a bit different, so sauce on top.
Yeah. That's interesting. I found was sauce on top, so it's new to me. Looks good.
And then the one thing is, do it on the smoker, just takes it over the top.
Well, yeah, you have to. Yeah, wood-fired pizza is the only way to have pizza,
Yep.
as far as I'm concerned. Like once you, like especially, it's just so easy when I have my Traeger, just to
Yeah.
go out there, hit the button, get it hot, throw that pizza on, and to have like you don't want to smoke a pizza,
No.
obviously. You want that wood-fired taste to a pizza, and that is exactly what a pellet grill does to it. It just
Yeah.
it works really well for it, and obviously. We'll see. Your offset will be the same because we had that thing rolling pretty. It was over 500 degrees
Yeah.
when we threw this on there. So you're not going to get smoke.
No.
Really, you're going to get that wood-fired taste that you're.
And put it all the way, if you're using an offset, all the way at the firebox, so that flame is basically right underneath it,
Yeah.
and just getting it hot.
Mhm.
And the important thing with these is make sure you butter that pan, and you'll see in the video,
Right.
because like when we pulled it in, you could just spin it to come out easy.
Yeah.
If you forget to butter it and your pan's not seasoned properly,
Okay.
and that dough's sticking everywhere,
Right.
good luck.
You're leaving a layer in the pan.
You're going to be just eating a pizza sloppy soup by the
Right.
time you peel that out of there.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. So that's a good tip
Yeah.
because I've never done this before. I probably would have done something stupid like that.
I'm eyeing this huge
Yeah.
toonie size chunk of sausage I squared on the end
Totally.
there.
Yeah. No, this looks amazing, and I'm looking forward to give it a try. So I'm gonna start digging into this.
Yeah, and the other thing is, when you do your homemade pizza dough,
Yeah.
make sure you let that sit in the fridge for at least 2 days.
Okay.
Because whatever it does, I'm not going to even pretend to know the science behind it, but it gives you that elasticity and stretch.
Okay.
Whereas if you're used to making it and then trying to build a pizza crust,
Okay.
then it's ripping, and
Yeah.
holes are getting, it won't do that.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. So you can prepare whatever, right?
Yeah.
And does this stuff freeze? Like, can you make a bunch of
Oh,
balls
yeah.
and put some in the freezer and stuff?
Make a huge batch, roll it into 1-pound balls,
Yeah.
stick it in Ziploc bags and in the freezer.
Okay.
Then when you want to use it, pull them out, oil a bowl,
Yeah.
stick it in there, and put it in the oven with the bread proof setting on,
Okay.
ready to go by dinner time.
Nice. Okay. And you just pull it out, stretch it out, put it on your pan. Okay. Well, it's a lot of cheese.
Buttery, crusty bottom.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I got to get that chunk of sausage.
Mm-hmm. again, that wood-fired taste, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Well, it's phenomenal. And crispy. The crust. Like, I guess you probably don't even need a knife and fork. Let's just see. Look at that.
It's like having a crispy, buttered, fresh bun on
Yeah.
the bottom.
Yeah.
That sausage, though.
I'm kind of torn because I'm using a knife and fork, which I'm not used to doing when I eat pizza.
Yeah.
But it's so big, you're like, I have to use a knife and fork. But
And I'm just thinking if I pick this thing up, it's going to be all over my face, shirt.
yeah. Nailed it. Again.
Definitely give that a shot.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a guy, he doesn't live far from here, but he restored an old grocery store from 1898 on his property.
Right?
And he does Friday night pizza parties.
Nice.
And he's got the big oven,
Okay.
outdoor oven. And he must have bought out a pizza restaurant or something because he's got the big, long,
Oh, yeah.
whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And all the real pizza pans.
Okay.
And he puts them in there and spins them around and cooks them. It's awesome.
Right on. Yeah.
But he's turned this old grocery store into a pub.
Okay.
How cool
For
is
just
that?
him and his friends.
On your property.
Nice.
It's got a full bar.
Right on.
Bar seats. He's run the satellite to it. You can watch the football, baseball, hockey games.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that would be nice to have.
Yeah, it's like, one day I might have to do that.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah. For me, it's that crust.
And even if you don't make your own, you buy those like Delizio or DiGiorno or whatever those pizzas are and just spice them up how you like.
Yep.
You know, add whatever you need. I usually add more cheese to them. They tend to come with barely any cheese on them.
For sure.
Some whatever, just random things that
I usually
aren't
do like
common that I
pepperoni,
like.
salami,
Yeah.
and either crumbled sausage or burger.
Yeah.
And then whatever you want, peppers, onions, mushrooms.
Yeah.
And by the time you build that, stick it on the smoker, it's not a bad pizza.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
It's a
they
good
taste
base. Yeah. And Costco makes them too. They make those just like the pizza dough. I think it's already somewhat pre-cooked. And then it comes with a package of sauce. And I think it's a 3-pack. And we've been doing those lately. So you've already got your base, basically, and then you just add your top ingredients and into the Traeger for
Yeah.
400 degrees. I throw it in there for it only takes like half an hour or so, but you get that wood-fired taste that you want
Yes.
out of a pizza.
One thing I suggest, you can cook these in the oven and they're good, but your oven's just not going to get as hot and that direct heat from that flame like the offset.
Okay.
So what I do when I do a deep dish, put your crust in the pan, and before you start adding your layers, find something you have in the house that's heat proof that you can stick inside and hold the bottom down and par cook the dough.
Oh, really?
So get your oven going to 495 or whatever it'll go to and stick it in there for 6 or 7 minutes just to pre-cook a little bit.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if it's just not hot enough, it can get soggy and stuff start leaking through. And then the bottom's just not going to be that nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this is perfect. You've got that crust on the bottom. Nothing getting through that. And when you got all them oils from the cheese and all that, right,
Yeah.
that could make a mess of things pretty quick. So.
But the thing is, if you don't weigh it down,
Okay.
you'll just get all these big bubbles.
Yes. Okay.
And then it's just not going to be a flat,
Yeah.
good pizza base to start with.
Right. Okay. Well, that's a good tip. Yeah, I never would have thought of doing that for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Even if you're doing thin crust, you can stick it in there for 2 minutes. Because when you do super thin crust pizza, sometimes it can be soggy on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Pre-cook it for a couple minutes.
Okay.
Firm it up.
Yeah.
And then put your sauce and toppings on.
Never thought of that. I always thought, because I usually use a pizza stone too.
Right.
So I'll throw the pizza stone in the oven, get it hot, and then I'll pull it out and start building my pizza from that off the hot stone.
Right.
So I always just think that I didn't get the stone hot enough, because that sucks, right? When you hit a soggy crust piece and
Pick it up and it's just
yeah, mushy kind of whatever. You want that crust, so yeah, okay, good to know.
that sausage gives you the good salt, tiny bit of heat,
You gotta have chunks of meat in it, yeah.
mixed with the cheese, the wood fire taste,
Yeah.
a little bit of acidic tomato sauce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the perfect bite right there.
I just love the sausage. That's
Mm.
the buttered, crispy bottom, though, is
Yeah,
what takes it over the top for me.
definitely. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, good job. Definitely a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Deep dish just wasn't something I've ever decided to try, so now I
Spring
know.
break, are you guys going anywhere?
No, I think we're gonna stick around. I'm not sure exactly. I know this week we're gonna be here because our in-laws are here,
Oh, yeah.
so we get to hang out with them this week. And then I think they fly out on Thursday, but I heard it's supposed to snow.
Christ.
So we'll be dealing with some snow towards the weekend, which will probably make my wife want to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if it snows on Thursday,
You
she'll
might
have
be
time
good.
to book something, and maybe we'll be catching the plane on Saturday. So who knows? You never know with her. She changes her mind as to, we're just gonna hang out. Now let's get out of here. So we'll see. We'll see what the kids want to do and stuff like that too.
Right. I'm doing stairs and deck rebuilding, trying to
Right.
get in between the weather windows,
Yeah.
thus the beat up hands.
No, not. I know all about the beat up.
Oh, yeah. Tell them what's going on with that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I can't stop hurting myself. Just shitty luck.
Buy a lotto ticket.
I just wear steel gloves everywhere I go. And
Yeah.
be done
Those
with it.
cut resistant metal ones the chefs are wearing.
Yeah. I gotta wear something. I don't know what I gotta do, but I gotta figure something out because I gotta stop hurting myself. It's not intentional. It's just.
My problem is hands get too hot in the gloves,
Mm,
and then you lose the dexterity for doing all these trim pieces and stuff.
yeah, fine
So-
stuff is
Melissa picking out all the slivers last night with the needle.
right. Yeah, I do the same. My wife's always picking slivers out of my hands.
Yeah.
Too. But when I'm at work, I always wear gloves. Right? Doing chunk removal, you don't want to be not wearing gloves when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're touching sometimes. I don't want to be touching random couches or whatever, and throwing them in my truck, and you just don't know what people are doing on them. So
And then
I'm
eating
always
something.
wearing gloves, no matter what. But I just need to find something with some armor, maybe, so I don't snap tendons here and there. Oh. You don't want too bulky, right? Because it's annoying, right? The only time I take my gloves off usually is if I'm strapping down using my tie downs, right? So I'll take my gloves off, untying them or tying them at the end.
Right.
I ratchet them down, and then the other hang, I'm wrapping around and tying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to always wear gloves. I just beat the shit out of my hands.
Maybe we should start feeding you some vegetables and stiffen up those tendons a little.
No, we're good. I think it's just shitty luck. I jammed them really hard and they just snapped for whatever reason. So whatever, I'll cut them off if I need to.
Yeah. We'll do it right here
It won't slow
on
me
camera. I got the perfect tools in here.
down.
Zip.
Yeah. Well, I snapped this one and I finished the job. I didn't stop what I was doing. I finished the job, and then I had my daughter with me, and I was just mind blown because how do you get the same injury? I've never even heard of snapping tendons before, but how do you get the exact same injury, same finger, other hand?
Yeah, at least do it on the same hand on another finger, so you have
The
one
odds of
good
that
one.
the odds of that are just incredible. And then I was driving home and I'm trying to keep my hand on my leg and keep that finger straight. So I don't want to bend it at all because I want it to immediately start healing. And then we got to a traffic light and I'm like, there's tape in here. So I open up my console. I'm like, find the tape. And the light's still red. So then I had it and I just buddy taped it to the other one. I'm like, okay, wrap some tape around it quick. So she's taping my fingers together and then light went green and away we go. I'm like, okay, I'm good. It was just awkward holding my hand on my pants, trying to keep my finger straight, waiting to get home. And then when I got home, I just went and grabbed the casting stuff that we have at home and just put a cast on it quick. So
Right.
getting good at fixing injuries. I'll be,
Expert at putting casts on.
Yeah, put my wife to shame here pretty soon. But yeah, it's sucks. Life is
And of course, they got to be just shiny white, and then it just looks like you've been scratching your ass all day after 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's washing your hands. True, you can't get your cast wet. Like, it was bad enough like this. I'm trying to like let the water get here, keep my cast, and you're trying to wash your hands, and it was awkward. But now I have two, and I'm like, I don't know how do I wash my hands? So I'm gonna go tomorrow and get splints made, and that way they can get wet. I don't have to worry about it. So it's
Right.
make my life a little bit easier because this is stupid. But what do you do?
Well,
anyways, that's
deep dish pizza.
That's deep dish pizza.
And if you're gonna tie into this, stick to one big piece, because by the time you get all that dough in you and it expands, you're gonna be stuffed.
Very filling.
Don't think you're gonna sit down and eat that whole thing.
Yeah, you're definitely. I would be surprised if there's somebody that's that thing is ridiculous. Yeah, awesome. I'm definitely gonna try it sometime.
Get on.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, guys. I'm Trevor.
I'm Kyle.
See you next time.
See ya.
Okay, it's time for our barbecue giveaway that we're calling Barbecue Brag to Win. One lucky listener will win some amazing barbecue merch that'll take your outdoor cooking to a whole new level. Whether you're a backyard beginner or a seasoned pit master, this giveaway is going to be for you. So what's up for grabs? First, a BBQ Beautiful bundle. This includes one BBQ Beautiful base layer, honey heat, brisket rub, and a spicy chimney from our lineup of seasonings and rubs. Next, one t-shirt and hat of your choice from the BBQ Beautiful website, www.barbecuebeautiful.ca. And of course, there's going to be free shipping. How to enter? First, make sure you're subscribed to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast on your favorite podcast platform. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode or an announcement. Next, connect with us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok at BBQ Beautiful. Then share our latest episode on your stories or feed, and don't forget to tag us. Use the hashtag Barbecue Brag to Win. BBQ BRAGTOWIN. This way we can easily find your posts. Finally, drop a comment on our giveaway post telling us about your favorite barbecue recipe, or share your best barbecue tip, pictures, or videos. And here's the kicker. For each additional entry you want to earn, simply engage with us. Like and share the posts, comment on our episodes, or even send us a voice message with your barbecue questions or stories. The more you interact, the more chances you have to win. So get creative and show us your barbecue. Let's talk about the timeline. You have until the 25th of each month to enter. You don't want to miss it, and who knows, it could be you. Why are we putting on this giveaway? Well, we want to express our thanks to each and every one of you who tunes in each week. Your support means the world, and this giveaway is our way of giving back to this amazing barbecue community that we're building together. And we really do want to hear from you. So what topics do you want us to cover in future episodes? Are there any barbecue legends or techniques you want us to dive into? Share your thoughts in the comments when you enter the giveaway. This is all about community, and we want to make sure that we're bringing the content you all love. So to recap, subscribe to the podcast, follow us on social, share our latest episode using #BarbecueBrag to win, and comment on our giveaway post. It's that easy. Get excited because this is your chance to elevate your barbecue game with some awesome gear. Good luck to everyone out there, and may the best griller win.